Carolyn Jones, the star, with icy eyes and a sorrowful smile once captivating all of America, as Morticia Addams in The Addams Family. Yet behind that spellbinding allure lay secrets never told. Recently, a long-buried collection of private photographs resurfaced and instantly sent shockwaves through Hollywood. What they revealed was not the untouchable gothic Morticia the public adored, but a very human Carolyn Jones. At times her face bruised from procedures she was forced to conceal. At others, her body reduced to a mere shadow of itself, and in certain frames, her swollen eyes struggling to hold on to a smile so no one would suspect she was falling apart. Had those images been exposed back then, her entire career could have vanished overnight. And now those very photographs are about to unravel the story Hollywood once chose to bury. 1. An Oscar lost to illness, 1953. The summer of 1953 was ablaze in Hollywood when Columbia Pictures announced From Here to Eternity. Variety called it the studio's ace card expected to dominate both the box office and the awards season. With stars like Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, and Frank Sinatra already on board, the biggest surprise came from the casting of Lorene, a morally complex hostess with unexpected depth. Instead of choosing an established name director, Fred Zinnemann placed his bet on a fresh face, Carolyn Jones. According to New York Times journalist Howard Thompson, the moment she walked into the audition room, the atmosphere shifted. He wrote, "A slender blonde from Texas stepped in her eyes, practically declaring, 'I'll do whatever it takes to be remembered.'" Many believed it would be the most explosive debut of the year. But reality rarely mirrors ambition. While preparing for filming in Hawaii, Carolyn was plagued by severe asthma attacks. Witnesses recalled that even jogging a few steps along Waikiki Beach left her collapsing to her knees, gasping for breath, forced into a nearby infirmary. A military doctor assisting the production reportedly warned, if she continues, a serious pneumonia is inevitable. Desperate to keep the role, Carolyn tried to conceal her condition, but rumors spread quickly across set. A camera assistant later remembered spotting her sitting alone on the stairway of the Royal Hawaiian Hotel, trembling from a coughing fit. Yet, the moment a reporter from The Hollywood Reporter appeared, she straightened her posture and flashed a radiant smile as if nothing had happened. Columbia found itself cornered. Millions had been invested. The press was circling like vultures, and an internal memo later leaked revealed executives feared a very public medical collapse on set. There was only one solution: replace her with Donna Reed. The result is now Hollywood history. Donna Reed went on to shine in the role, winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in 1954. And Carolyn She returned to Los Angeles quietly, no press conference, no explanation. Los Angeles Times ran a single line: Carolyn Jones exits production due to health reasons. But behind those bland words lay a derailed career. Few knew that some insiders believed the real concern wasn't just her health, but that Columbia executives considered her too inexperienced to carry a role surrounded by A-list titans. Tabloids twisted the knife even deeper, writing that she had lost Hollywood's golden ticket over a mere cold, turning her private pain into public mockery. That sudden void forced Carolyn into years of struggle. Friends later said that whenever the Oscar ceremony replayed Donna Reed's victory, Carolyn would fall silent, pour herself another drink, and change the channel. It was a wound that never healed. Yet that heartbreak became fuel. No longer the fragile ingenue she hardened, even in love, which is why her next chapter, a whirlwind marriage to young writer-producer Aaron Spelling, would become one of the most talked-about unions in Hollywood. 2. Marriage with Aaron. Spelling, 1953-1964, a reversal of roles. There are Hollywood couples where the public only remembers one name. But in the early 1950s, Carolyn Jones and Aaron Spelling were the exact opposite. When they met in 1953 at a party at Chateau Marmont on Sunset Boulevard, Carolyn had already begun gaining critical attention after her supporting role in The Big Heat. Aaron Spelling, meanwhile, was still a struggling freelance screenwriter, living in a small apartment in West Hollywood, spending his days hunched over an old Remington typewriter selling scripts for barely anything. Hedda Hopper of the Los Angeles Times once described their first appearance together at the Chinese Theater. A skinny fellow with sweaty hair walking beside a striking blonde actress, he looked more like an assistant following a star. People back then jokingly called Aaron Mr. Carolyn Jones, a nickname that stuck with him for years. When they married, their difference in status and income was obvious. Carolyn earned thousands of dollars per role, an enormous figure compared to Aaron's few $100s per script. Once at a Beverly Hills party, photographers caught Carolyn driving her brand-new Cadillac Eldorado, while Aaron sat in the passenger seat holding his wife's purse and coat. The photo made the cover of Photoplay with the sarcastic headline, "So who's the real star in the Spelling household?" Throughout more than a decade of marriage, Carolyn was the breadwinner. She accepted every kind of role, noir, horror, even low-profile television shows just to maintain the glamorous lifestyle they both pursued. Rumor had it, she once paid off Aaron's debts after one of his TV scripts was rejected by NBC. A friend of the couple recalled, "One night, Carolyn came home from filming, didn't even have dinner, and immediately signed a check to settle a bank loan under Aaron's name." This dynamic soon became a frequent topic in tabloids. Some gossip papers mocked Aaron as the producer living off his wife. He was annoyed, but Carolyn would usually laugh it off and tell her friends, "Let them think what they want. I can take care of both of us." Still, the calm exterior couldn't hide the cracks. In a private interview in 1962 with journalist Rona Barrett, Carolyn confessed, "I'm tired of always being the strong one. I just want to be an ordinary woman in an ordinary home." The quote was later leaked, sparking speculation about the state of their marriage. By 1964, Carolyn's career began to slow down, while Aaron suddenly received opportunities to produce small television shows, shifting the power balance at home. Arguments became frequent, and Variety even reported that the two often left events separately, no longer walking hand in hand. Their divorce in Los Angeles shocked Hollywood, not because they separated, but because of how Carolyn chose to handle it. Instead of requesting alimony, practically an unwritten rule for actresses at the time, she outright refused. In court before the judge, she simply said, "I don't want a single penny from him. I'll take care of myself." The Hollywood Reporter ran the headline, "Carolyn Jones rejects alimony, actress breaks Hollywood tradition." Many considered it outrageous. Some even called her arrogant. But early feminist writers like Gloria Steinem praised her as a woman brave enough to step out from a man's financial shadow. Carolyn's marriage to Aaron Spelling was both romantic and a silent battle of roles and power. It left her stronger, more independent, but also emotionally scarred. And after that moment, she made a drastic decision to change herself completely and undergo plastic surgery, believing it was the key to reopening the doors of a ruthless Hollywood. 3. Plastic surgery to change her fate, circa 1947. Hollywood in the late 1940s was a colossal machine where beauty was not merely an advantage but a prerequisite. In that world, Carolyn Jones, a slender girl from Amarillo, Texas, carried a burning dream of standing before the camera. But the path ahead was anything but smooth. From the very moment she arrived in Los Angeles in 1946, she was bombarded with criticism. Her Southern accent was deemed too heavy, more likely to make audiences laugh than feel moved. Her thin frame was dismissed as lacking screen appeal. But what got her rejected most often was her nose a bit too wide, a bit too blunt, not photogenic. A Paramount casting director once said outright during an audition, "Young lady cinema demands faces like paintings, not faces like yours." Those words cut deep. In 1947, Carolyn made